Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, January 16th. Welcome to the Inside Edge. Senator Andy Kim has made a series of endorsements in the last few months that I kind of want to draw attention to this morning. He backed James Solomon over Jim McGreevey for Jersey City Mayor. Solomon ended up winning that nonpartisan contest. He's supporting Tom Malinowski, his former House colleague, in the ongoing special election for the 11th Congressional District. He just this past week endorsed Congressman Rob Menendez for re-election. Menendez might face another pretty serious primary challenger in his district. And down in South Jersey, he's sort of prospectively endorsing a challenger to be determined later against State Senator Jim Beach, who chaired the sort of notorious committee hearing where Kim was unable to speak for hours, and issued a warning shot to other Democratic legislators that he might be willing to support challengers against them too. This series of endorsements sort of spans the political spectrum. You've got people like Solomon, and to a lesser extent Malinowski, who have sort of been in step with Kim on a lot of the political reform beat. And then you've got Menendez, who has been specifically on the opposite side of Kim on some recent political battles. Menendez has been strongly supported by the Hudson County Democrats every time he's run. When Kim ran for Senate in 2024, he had to get past pretty stiff opposition from the Hudson County Democrats in order to win. So this is the senator sort of flexing his political muscle and taking into account the individual candidates running and the individual political context in each of these races when he makes an endorsement. And that's something of a foreign concept for New Jersey, where a lot of the way that endorsements have been typically done is you wait for the local Democratic or Republican Party to make an endorsement, and then you decide whether you want to sort of slot in with that or fight against it. And this kind of harkens back to one of the arguments in Kim's anti-line lawsuit from 2024 that got a little bit lost in the shuffle. The core part of the argument was all about the disadvantages that not having the county line would confer. But there was sort of a second piece to the argument about freedom of association and how, if you're a candidate who is endorsed by the county party and is placed on the ballot line, but you don't have any control over who gets the endorsement for other seats that are going to be on that same ballot. And you might oppose people who are put on the same bracket as you, and you might support people who you are positioned against on the ballot. So that was part of the argument here that Kim made, was it should not be automatic that when you are endorsed by the party, suddenly that becomes everyone you're supporting, and that becomes a coherent slate. And obviously now the party line is dead. And I think that mentality is starting to shift a little bit with it, maybe kind of slowly. It's notable, I think, that Kim's fellow two statewide elected officials or incoming statewide elected officials have not really taken the same tack as him, at least yet. Cory Booker rarely gets involved in sort of super contentious intra-party contests in New Jersey. That's just has not been his thing for years. Governor-elect Mikey Sherrill, she issued sort of a blanket endorsement to every Democratic incumbent seeking re-election to Congress in 2026. But otherwise, she hasn't really been getting involved, including she has not made an endorsement in the race for her own congressional seat that she's leaving behind. But Kim has decided to take, the literal power and sort of more of the metaphorical power that the death of the line and these shifts in the state's political norms have brought. And he's starting to build out his own kind of team with it. And he's surely going to win some of these contests. He's already won one in James Solomon, and he's probably going to lose some too. But I think it is inherently noteworthy that he is taking on these fights at all. And I think it signals where New Jersey politics could be headed. So that's all that we have for this week. I hope everyone has a great long weekend.